Housekeeping. Announcing VFC series of text movies. What is Vasundhara doing? Vasundhara Life-coaching, currently the most active division of Vasundhara, a People Development Consultancy, has created several text movies with VLC coding. VLC code stands for Vasundhara Life-coaching Course-work. All these text movies have been made available to the public freely, wide placement on the internet. We hope that this work will continue and bring people closer to the avowed aim of Vasundhara, peace in every heart. Vasundhara believes that all success other than internal peace is no better than a mirage, a series of seductive dreams which have little to show by the way of long-term contentment after the coveted landmarks have come and gone. Internal peace. What is that? We believe that it consists of a deep satisfaction in both the rational as well as the emotional domain, as existing inside the individual. Conveniently and traditionally, if factually incorrectly, such internality is said to be based in that lump of human muscle which anatomically does nothing more than pump blood. We at Vasundhara stick to that very literary concept, for all scientific alternatives, in our view, fail miserably at the task of defining the emotional rational unity that is a human self. Therefore, peace in every heart. There are those, whether they agree with the exact terminology used above or not, do believe that internal peace is what they must aim for. They generally have a body of wisdom available for them, most often within their own family or community traditions. Some may want to also investigate other traditions, not necessarily out of dissatisfaction with their inherited tradition. For such people, we have the VLC series, which is basically an introduction to some of the sagacious riches of the various philosophic, spiritual, and religious traditions of the world. Most people, most of the time prefer actually to envision and pursue material dreams. This, despite repeated experience of the failure to deliver by all those if only dreams of success. The next raise of promotion, the next deal, the next conquest, and so forth. Not that we are not happy with our success, not that we do not take pride in it, but it is a strange satisfaction. It whets our appetite more than it satisfies it. Are we, and by extension, is humankind doomed to a life of appetizers, or is there a possible satiation at the end of that unending round of material success? We guess each one of us has to mull over that question and arrive at our own answer, possibly multiple times in our lifetimes. However, whatever be anyone's answer to that question, most of us do make ourselves over busy with concrete and countable proofs of the supposed success of our life. This, despite knowing that each proof is good at convincing only a shallow, perhaps a vulgar mind. After all, no one can honestly believe that pleasure is all there is to life, or that we will continue to enjoy our accoutrements beyond the few decades of life that we have remaining with us, or that successful transmission of genes is all there is to life, or even that all those rituals and public displays of piety that we earnestly make are performed for any reasons other than narrowly selfish and material ones. Well, perhaps we are wise beyond our years, or ours aren't the years of wisdom. The current paradigm around us seems to have concluded that a permanent grihasthashram is the only way to live. Most people and VLC series. Therefore, for those living in this paradigm of the seemingly untarnishable beauty of material success, the VLC series is meaningless. Perhaps there will be other times when they may want to relook at the possible utility of the VLC series. Perhaps not. There are still others who, though currently on the treadmill of dissipate accumulation, realize that they need to break out of that vicious circle. They will certainly want to get to the VLC series, but in fullness of time. For both types of our fellow bipeds, we are now starting a new series, the VFC series. This, we believe, will probably be more useful to most people and make it possible for them to someday aim for satisfactions that may actually satisfy. So what is the VFC series all about? Well, VFC stands for Vasundhara Financial Freedom Course-work. VFC series and financial freedom. So what does that mouthful mean? Basically, that unless we are fine with being bhikkhus, we must be financially free if we are to own our own time. Financial freedom merely means the freedom to not necessarily have to earn our living more or less every day of our life. To continue to use what we understand as the Kiyosaki conceptualization, financial freedom means having enough passive income to cover our expenses and have some left over, thus obviating the need to earn our living. In this series, we are not aiming at giving you how-to manuals, but merely to put money in the perspective of life as we see it. We shall endeavor to cover all the various facets of finance from a user's perspective, which we like to believe we understand. A disclaimer though, we do not understand much. So do your own diligence, hire your own financial coach, but blame us not if some or all of our ideas work not for you. Finally, VFCs, like the VLCs, are not meant to be sermons, heard ritually, forgotten immediately, internalized rarely, action never. Both are calls to action, even if the primary and the most important action would be to look inwards and organize what you find there in order for it to become more profitable for you. Wishing you happy freedom, financially with VFCs and fully with VLCs. Freely yours, owais of Vasundhara.